All right, welcome back to Lose 11. It's been a very busy couple of weeks for us, but we're back now with some more disappointing news, and I guess we'll just jump right into it. I think maybe first thing we talk about is the game from Saturday.
I guess first off, so we were gone because I had finals, and so the last thing I wanted to do was record a podcast about a soccer team that hasn't won a game in 3 months.
No, yeah, it makes
But
sense.
so because of that, we have missed 8 games total, 7 league games. So we're gonna talk a little bit about all that. Do you want to start at Saturday, or how
Has
would
it been
we?
that many games that we've missed?
So last one we did was on Kansas City, who's the 2-0, and then we missed Columbus, Vancouver, LAFC, Seattle, Union Omaha, San Diego, Sporting again, and Minnesota.
Holy shit. I didn't
Yeah.
realize we missed that many.
Mm-hmm. Because
Yeah.
I think there were two midweek games or something.
I mean, I have like a silly anecdote, I guess, but Saturday I was up in Chicago with a bunch of friends. We were up there for a concert,
Mm-hmm.
and Saturday night we were able to watch the game, but we didn't get back to the Airbnb until probably like very beginning of the second half.
Yeah.
So we started the game, from the beginning, and everyone was off their phones, so we didn't have any spoilers. But because of the dumbass Apple TV app, when I put the game on the TV, the only thing it shows you is the fucking team that's playing and the score, the current score.
Yeah.
So I saw that we were already losing 1-0. But I kept that hidden from everybody else, and I was like, you know what, 1-0 ain't bad. Like we can handle that. We can make it work. Like
Yeah.
it's not devastating. And then by the end of the game, it is 3-0, and I'm crying in my chair, just
Why
drinking
the
way
hell
too
would you
much.
guys? Why the hell would you guys choose to watch St. Louis right now on your wonderful Chicago weekend?
That was funny because on the way back, my buddies like watching too, and they were like, "Oh, we should watch a game. Like, we'll put it on. It'll be great." And I was like, "Yeah, like it'll be good. Well, do we want to have a good weekend or a bad one?" I was like, "Are you sure? Like, we should put it on? Like, I'm not even at this point. It's a risk. Like, I don't know, man.
I mean, we haven't, if you discount the Open Cup game, which was literally against a D3 team where the players drove themselves to the game from Omaha.
Yeah,
If you exclude that one, you and I never missed a win while
which
we've been
is
away.
insane. That's insane, man.
So we decided we jump in today so that we can win the Open Cup game against Minnesota today,
Who we
obviously.
just lost 3-0. So I
Yeah,
do
but
not
like
have
this
high
time it's
hopes.
gonna be different.
Okay. Okay. Look, I'm that guy with my friends. I'm that guy who's like annoyingly optimistic and always wants the team to do well. And I'm
Yeah.
praying for a win. Like, I'm just such the biggest fan. But they're really fucking making it hard, dude.
Yeah, I mean, especially earlier this season, I think you can tell if you like listen to some of the earlier episodes. I was like really optimistic because going
We
into the
both
year, we
were.
expected a lot. Yeah, and then things got dicey, and we were like, okay, we still believe in them.
It's growing
And
pains,
now, yeah, and now we are officially second to bottom in the West with 11 points in 14 games.
which is insane.
So at this point, I am definitely expecting a loss against Minnesota, and
Absolutely.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
no.
give myself any thought of a win.
I mean, obviously, I'm always hoping for a win, but there's like almost no chance. And the thing is, like, I
Yeah.
really liked Olaf at first. I thought he was a good pick. It seemed interesting. Like, the new formation was cool, and we got a lot of new players that had a lot of promise. And I'm
Mhm.
just sitting here like, what happened? I mean, these are grown men who are professionals, and they do not understand how to play the back line that he's trying to get them to play. Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it.
That's the weird, like, cause so I don't know. He kind of, to me as well. I agree. Like he felt like a perfect fit because he's like this Northern European guy. So I know all Northern European countries aren't the same, but Germany,
Yeah,
all
they
those
are.
other countries that we got players from, they're all similar. So similar vibe. And then he like is also he was a defender when he played, and obviously his coaching style is very defensive heavy, as
Yeah,
we've
evident
seen.
by we're down 2-0, and he puts in two defenders at the 80th minute. What the fuck? Now is
Yeah,
not the
and
time
like
to park the bus, dude.
so and but at the time when he was hired, I was like, oh, that's a good thing because St. Louis was never. I mean, we've never really been great. We've never been a defensive team, that's for sure.
Yeah,
And so I was like, okay, that'd be interesting. I like that. And then I think it was just such an intense swing in the other direction
yeah.
that now it's like we've scored 11 goals in 14. We don't even score a goal a game now. And it's like not that
Embarrassing.
fun to watch.
No, it sucks, man. Also, it's crazy to me. Like, I'll give him some leeway because there have been a lot of injured players again, unfortunately. Like, I don't know why that's the St. Louis curse, but we just have injured players. And Leuven's been out for, personal reasons and all that.
Mhm.
But I still feel like there is a depth to this bench that isn't being used correctly.
Oh yeah. I mean, for Celia wasn't starting for the longest time.
Dude, that's the
Why?
yeah. I still don't understand that. There was one moment I can't remember the game because it was in one of the 30 games we missed, but he I remember what are the other guys from St. Louis the podcast? The ball watching. They were talking, they were
Jake and
posting,
Justin?
yeah, they were posting something on Instagram about like being excited. This was early on. They were posting something about being excited about all these one-on-one merchants that we got that we can use to have some, pressure on offense. And I was like thinking about it, and I was like, the only motherfucker that is a one-on-one merchant is Celio. He's the only one. And I specifically remember a play where he gets the ball on the left side in our corner, and he takes the ball literally end to end, goal line to goal line, by himself, and then crosses it in, and we fucking miss. And I'm like, what else does he have to do? Like, he's done it all, man. All you got to do is tap it in. Use that big bald head, Klaus, you dumb fuck. It's crazy, man.
He's not fully bald.
Well, he should be.
Okay, well, I don't. So to give a little bit of structure to this, do we want? I feel like we could just maybe we don't have to talk too much about each game, but just walk through all the games that we've missed and just like talk just a very little bit about each of them. Give any thoughts we have.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is there's not
Some of the
as
older ones I don't remember too much, to be honest, because
right. There's not a whole lot that I remember. One, because I don't really want to remember it, and two, I just don't think we've been very notable. Like, we've
no, we
done
haven't,
nothing noteworthy in this past month. I mean, that's crazy.
except for lose
Yeah.
to a noteworthy level.
Yeah. So like I guess what I was thinking is we would kind of bring the focus of conversation to like a larger like what the hell is going on? Like
Yeah, yeah.
what needs to be done? Like do we need to get rid of Olaf? Do we need new players? Like what's clearly
You and
something's not
I,
working.
two unprofessional semi soccer watchers, need to find the problem with St. Louis and
Well,
diagnose
yeah, and
it.
I think we can fix it in the next 30 minutes. I don't
I would
understand
agree.
why they can't. You know what I mean?
It's a great question, yeah.
Yeah, like they're clearly professionals, but like not doing it very well. So
So last pod, I remember you and I gave sort of like a prediction of the next like couple of games, right?
that we
And
got that wrong, didn't we?
we got it so wrong. I remember being low-key kind of optimistic because we
Yeah.
were going up some like optimistic to a realistic extent because we were
Hmm.
going up against some good teams. To
Right.
start, after
Right.
Kansas City, we play Columbus, which at the time was one of the best teams in the league. And we played pretty good. We only lost 2-1. I think Klaus got a goal in like the 6th minute or something
Yeah. Yeah. I remember
to
that.
start the game. And then we just pooped the bed later towards like half. So that was like, it sucked obviously, but it was like, okay, that's like one of the best teams in North America as a whole.
Right.
and we were able to lose only by one. Not a bad thing. And then we go to or I think we stayed home against Vancouver,
Well,
which was at the
Vancouver is
time at
the
least.
best team at the time.
Yes, best in. I think at that time they were either best in the entire thing or just the West, but they were
No, they
crushing
were
it.
they were number one in the league at that point.
Were they?
Yeah, I remember
And so
that
then
specifically.
we tie them and 0-0, which was
Yeah,
like okay. I mean, it kind of sucks, but like, hey, a tie is a tie against the best team in the league. We'll
exactly.
take it. And then we go to LAFC, which has never been good for us, like ever.
No,
I don't. Have we won a game against LAFC?
I'm not sure we have. If I'm being honest with you.
We have not. We have lost 4 times. No, we've lost 3 times and drawn twice.
Okay.
So we go there and then we tied
Okay.
2-2, which is like okay, that's the what is that? The sixth game in a row without a win, so it's getting a little scary.
It is, but when you consider those teams, like with the context, it doesn't seem horrible.
Yeah, no, I
And
agree.
then
Then we play Seattle our second time this year because we beat them. They were our first or second win of the year.
we
Beat
beat
them
them
1-0
pretty
at
good.
home. No, it was only 1-0. But
Oh,
it
was
was
it?
like a dominating 1-0 though. It wasn't like
Who did we
I don't
beat with
remember being
like? Didn't we score like 3 goals against somebody?
that was Galaxy and that barely counts because
That's
they've been
right.
the worst team in
That's true. Yeah,
history
yeah, yeah. Okay,
actually.
okay. Yeah, that's fair.
They they broke the record I think for longest streak to start a season without a single win, which is
That's
like 13 or
crazy
something.
for Beckham to play on like the worst team in the league, like legacy wise.
Yeah. Well, it's also good because they won the cup last year.
That's so
Like,
crazy. What the fuck?
so
Ugh.
anyway, that we go to Seattle, which is always scary going to Seattle because they have like a huge 30,000 average fan base that goes to every
And
game.
they're up high in the mountains, so you can't breathe, and all this stuff.
Are there
Yeah,
Seattle?
yeah. It's low oxygen, high
Yeah,
altitude.
yeah. Sea level Seattle.
Wait,
Hi.
oh, sorry. I was thinking like Seattle, Washington, state of Washington's high. Yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right.
I
I'm
know,
dumb.
I know it. And we get trounced. It's 4-1. The only goal we score is a penalty from Hartel. So
Yeah,
that was a pretty fun one.
that was rough. 4 goals is tough, man.
Against Seattle, which is like not, they haven't been like super dominant this year. So at this point, 7 games, no wins, only losses and ties.
Yeah,
And
and the
then,
first half of those was fine, but the second half is like that's bad.
yeah,
Like even
the
if you're tying, like ugh. Sorry, continue.
sort of like side note, Bradley Carnell got away. He is the happiest man on earth right now. So
Fuck yeah, he is.
we played Philadelphia 1-0 to start this losing streak, and we haven't won a game since we played Philadelphia. And guess where Philadelphia is in the table right now?
I don't know, sixth.
They are the very top team.
They're the best.
They're the best. They're winning the Supporters Shield race right now.
God damn it.
So I think we all have to agree that Bradley Carnell is definitely the problem, and it's a good thing we sacked him so early. Because clearly whatever he was doing
Was
doesn't
not
work.
working.
And I'm pretty sure this is something that I've seen online as well talked about. So Philadelphia, I think, has like the second. They have a very cheap lineup, like ridiculously cheap,
Yeah.
which we did too, and we still don't really have like a super expensive lineup. And Carnell's play is so perfect for that setup because it's so chaotic and insane that if you bring that like chaos and that horrible like ridiculous play style where everything's just happening so messily, it doesn't necessarily matter how good of a player you are, as long as you're just able to work as a team and just get these random ass like plays put together. And that's
I
why I think
mean, a hundred
we
percent
worked really well.
fits when our first season. Remember the first like
Exactly.
5 games? We got like the
Mhm.
most chaotic, like bullshit own goals. Like it just bounced off a guy's foot, and we would win 3-1, 4-2. Like the most stupid shit you've
Yeah.
ever seen. And
And I think
it,
at the time we had the cheapest lineup in the whole league,
wow, that's
or
crazy.
something like it was one of the cheapest, and we broke the record for 5 wins to start
I mean,
an
yeah,
inaugural season.
it. I can
So
see how that works. It's interesting. I know I've said different in the past, but we were just speculating. I think because we didn't
yeah,
really understand what was going on in the locker room or nothing.
yeah. So yeah, with that being said, Bradley Cornell clearly was the issue, and I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah.
Moving on from Seattle, we have our Open Cup midweek game against Omaha, where we scored our first goal damn near in the 70th minute. We went almost 70 minutes without scoring a single goal against a D3 team, which is
So
awesome.
we can't score against children. That's cool.
So
D3
that
children. Is
happened.
that like the guys that play at my local Veta? I mean, that's
Close
crazy.
to
I mean, can I play against city players if I
it.
just like show up enough? I don't understand. How did
Build a
we
dynasty.
take this long to score against nobodies?
Well, we just have a really smart and like calculated defensive play style. That's what I would say to that.
Man.
We know when to strike.
Well, I know Klaus doesn't.
So we win. That's awesome. We won against a D3 team. The win streak or the lose streak is broken, but low key not at all because I don't think that counts. And so then we move on to playing San Diego our second time of the season at home this time. And we go pretty much the whole game like with that like a 0-0, and then in like the 80th they score, and then they score again, but then we scored in the 91st minute in shit time, so it was
Nice.
only a 2-1 loss instead of a 2-0 loss.
That's way better.
Yeah. So the the lose streak continues at this point.
But
What, it's
barely.
at 10, or no, that's not right at
I
all.
think it was 13.
Then it's at 8 at this point. And so now we have a huge game against Kansas City at home this time,
Okay. Okay.
midweek rivalry week.
Yep. Yep. I remember this. I
Uh huh.
remember going up by 2.
We sure did.
What happened after that?
Off of two insane shots, by the
Yes.
way.
I remember it bounced off the bottom of Hartel's shoes.
Toy shirt,
Toy shirt. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
wrong German. So yeah, that that show was hilarious. That was so like
That was.
BS.
That reminded
The
me of
Celio goal was incredible though.
fucking beautiful, dude. Quick little touch,
Like
and then
Messi shot.
yes, dude, just fucking picked his spot and nailed it, dude. Side
And
netting all
so
the way.
it was awesome. So we go up 2-0 to start the half. The ball watching guys are posting their halftime update. They might have been a little drunk. I couldn't really tell. They were super positive. The atmosphere was great.
How could you
And
not be?
then, of course, and then naturally, when you're up 2-0 against your rival at home and the atmosphere is bumping, you want to park the bus
Right, makes
and try
sense.
to make sure nothing else happens.
Right, right, right.
But then, unfortunately, which, like, I don't know how you could see this coming because it's only happened like 6 times in a row now.
Right.
Uh, it didn't work, surprisingly, and then they
No
scored
way.
twice
Are you serious?
in. Yeah, I know. You couldn't see us coming. So they scored in the 71st and then 77th,
Wow,
and
that's
we
incredible.
didn't.
I mean, I watched this game, and within 5 minutes, my soul was crushed. But I didn't see it coming either. I mean, how do you
I
expect the same strategy that hasn't worked, 6 games in a row? How do you expect that to fail? Like that's
You're coming.
crazy. I can't
When it
believe
was
it.
happening live, I wasn't able to watch the first half, and I saw we were up 2-0, and I was like, "Let's go!" So I turned it on once I got to second half, and I was able to watch.
You're the
And then
problem.
I might be, and we give up 2 goals within 10 minutes of each
God,
other,
dude,
and we didn't do anything with it,
well,
which is so
so
hype.
my girlfriend Meredith has pointed out, and I agree with her that like around the 75 to 80th minute, it's like we just stop playing.
We are a horrible like final third of the game team. It's
It's
ridiculous.
so strange to me. Like, and it would be. I don't. It's not that big of a deal until like you really look at it, and then it's like every time we drop the ball, it's after the 75th minute, and
Yes.
we just get fucking pounded for that whole. Like, come on, man, you're so close. Just
I
What
can
are
go
you
through some of the
doing?
games. We
Yeah.
get scored on 71st, 77th against KC. San
Yep.
Diego 79th, 87th.
Yep.
Seattle was just bad the whole time, but it got especially bad in second half.
Yeah.
With them scoring like 3 after the 65th or something like that.
Yeah.
LAFC, they scored in the 70th and the 95th.
Mm-hmm.
Vancouver, nobody fucking scored, which was awesome. And then Columbus, 45th and 55th. So, and then the KC game before that was 71st and 88th. So, yeah, it's like we just can't finish a game out to save our lives.
Yeah. It's like
I want to know how many points we've dropped.
once the 70th minute hits, it's just, you know what? Let him shoot. Give him a chance. Why not? I
And
don't
call me
understand
crazy,
it.
but I think that has nothing at all to do with Olaf's subbing. I think he has it down, and I think that it's clearly working, that he's getting the right people off the field and on the field at that later part of the game.
I can't tell if you're joking.
I'm fucking around.
I was
I
gonna
never
say
get like
the
I'm not gonna act
last
like I'm a
game,
professional coach, but oh my god, why are
dude.
the subs he makes? It's like, what are we doing
The last game, I can't remember exactly who it was, but he took off didn't he take off Celio and put in a fucking defender?
against who was in Minnesota?
The last game we played, Minnesota.
I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised,
I'm
honestly.
pretty sure he took Celio off and puts a defender on. And he put
Wait, I didn't even realize this. Celia was a left back against Minnesota. What is happening?
I feel like that's
According to FontMob, which seems
I
that
think
can't be
Fatma might have that wrong. I don't think that's right.
right. Yeah, he put Durkin on for Celio
Yeah.
or Silva. They both came out at the same time.
Putting well, okay. I kind of like Silva, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of like him so far. We haven't seen too much of him.
Mm-hmm.
But to take
Why is Durkin going out there?
to take Celio off for Durkin, are you fucking insane? Also, we're losing.
I was
You
gonna say, it
need
seems
to
like
score,
he's
you
trying to
fucking idiot.
he's trying to have as ugly of a score play out, I guess.
I guess, but are you just as soon as we get scored on, give up? Like, there's still time left. What are we doing?
Give up, dude.
Every other
It's
team
easier
can
that way.
score on us in the last 5 minutes. Why can't we do it? It's insane.
And then, so, I mean, well, yeah, I guess then there's that Minnesota game where we lose 3-0, and we play Minnesota actually today in the Open Cup again.
Actually, they're playing as we speak. I believe they just started.
Yeah. And I don't even know if I'll watch this one live.
I'm getting updates from my lady, but nothing's happened yet. They're still kicking off.
Don't worry, give it like 70 minutes. Somebody will start schooling.
It'll be 6-0, and 5 of those goals are scored after the 90th minute.
So,
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
actually,
that was just a little...
apparently the game's only being streamed on Paramount Plus,
Really?
so she's not allowed to watch it. I lied to you.
I don't really understand the whole, like, streaming rights of the Open Cup. It's so confusing.
Yeah, that's a little odd one. I'm not sure.
So, yeah, we are officially... Was this 10 games without a win? Last win we got was March 15th. So, what is that?
No shit, it's 2 months ago.
Over 2 months ago? Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, I'm going to be honest. I don't think things are looking good for Olaf.
Yeah.
Call me crazy.
I mean, Dad was saying it too. Seat's looking a
There
little
have been,
hot.
yeah, some of the accounts that I follow for news, they say that like there's reports. It's probably still a little bit early to really think that he's actually going to be getting fired like in a week or two. But like the seat is his name's Matt Doyle. He's like the MLS inside reporter. He knows everyone. It's so weird. And he was saying like, I don't think he's going to get fired like this week. But I've heard that if things don't turn around drastically, he is going to be gone pretty soon, most likely.
Man.
And I don't really understand how you cannot see that.
Well,
We've gone
yeah.
2 months without a win.
I was gonna say, I think they fired Carnell for less.
Definitely.
At least we weren't losing.
Yeah.
At least with him, every fucking game was a tie. But
And at least we scored too, you know?
Yeah, no kidding.
Even if it's a tie, at least it's a 3-3. It's not 0-0 or 0-2 every game.
That is true. We had some like high scoring ties. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. I think we just can't finish games. We'll score a bunch, but then it's like, all right,
That's the
let
thing,
them.
dude. First year, like my friends and I that all were watching, our like motto was, "Oh, second half team, baby, second half team," every time. Because like the first year, it was like, "Oh, we look like shit, like we're a terrible fucking team. We can't do anything." And then after the 70th minute, the other team would finally like just score on themselves, and we're like, "Oh, second
Yeah.
half team, baby, let's go." So stupid.
This is what MLS is like when you don't have own goals all the time on the other team.
Man,
You don't win.
I guess so. We gotta figure something. Also, apparently, it's Toy Kurt.
What?
Hi-
Yeah, what
Uh,
about him?
T-shirt's name. He apparently got fed up eventually about people saying it wrong. It's not Toy Shirt. It's like Toot Shirt, Toy Shirt.
T-shirt? T-shirt? T-shirt?
I can't remember, but it's a
German can be really
CH.
hard to pronounce sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Well, everybody was saying
You gotta
Toy
like use your
Shirt
throat.
forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
I'm
gotta
still
tilt
gonna
it.
call him T-shirt, so he's just gonna have to deal with that one.
Score a goal and I'll call you whatever you want.
Exactly.
Score a goal without Celio just bombing it at your legs and then it going into the goal magically.
Yeah, no kidding.
Or hard fire, whatever.
Score a goal on your own, motherfucker. For once, please. Oh, it's
So,
incredible.
yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Like,
Oh, but hey, Klaus is back because he finally scored one goal after a year-long drought. Like, man,
I,
I I was starting to like this guy. I was starting to like him, and now I can't. He just
I don't even.
sucks.
I don't know if it's his fault. I think we just don't like. I think we have so many people on our defense all the time, and then our midfield is just so empty
Yeah,
because
we
we're so
have
like
no midfield,
backloaded.
man. Our
Exactly, and I
only
mean losing Ben out
strategy,
doesn't help.
oh yeah, our only strategy is to just bomb it direct down the middle. Like there is
Yeah,
nothing else. It's
and so like
crazy.
it, because especially for Klaus, I know that we've had this talk already before. How like should a number nine really be the DP if all he's really doing is getting the ball off to other people to score? But like when
Well, he's
that's
not
like
doing
his
that
main
either.
role, I was gonna say, but like, is it his fault that he can't do that because nobody is like moving? I think it's just the whole system is so obviously broken and
Yeah,
not working for the kind of players we have. And I feel like I don't mean to make assumptions, but a lot of European soccer personnel are a little European-y about how great they are at the sport and how shitty MLS is, and America doesn't know how to play the game. And it sort of feels like Olaf came over here, was obviously a great soccer talent, knows the game super well, was an incredible. He played at like Aston Villa, all that, and he, played in the Swedish league or coached in the Swedish leagues to some success,
yeah,
and then maybe saw, oh, okay, I can get this big position in the MLS. We've got a bunch of German guys who clearly know the sport. We're gonna run shit for a bit, and he comes over, imposes this really defensive, very like I don't even know, very rigid system that just has not worked, and it feels like he is so blockheaded and refuses to change anything.
I know. There's like no flexibility with it.
Hmm.
It also like the strategy in general. I know what you're saying. How about like Europeans like have that air of like superiority, like they think
Yeah,
they know the sport better, which is fine.
the
Like
word I
they
was trying to
they
find.
probably do. But like at the same time, he's playing the type of soccer I played in like 5th grade. Does that make sense? It's like you
Just get
don't
as many people on the ball or like
yeah.
where it's going to be
It's
that if
like
they
we
can't score
had
because they can't
one
dribble.
kid that was faster than all the other kids, so we just kicked it down the field as far as we could,
Yeah.
and then he got the ball and scored. And it's like I don't think that's like a ooh like enlightened soccer. I think you just kind of don't know how to adapt to the players and surroundings that you're in, which is
Yeah.
frustrating to see. Also, their back line just fucking sucks. Like the way they're playing, they need to all work as a unit, and they keep letting people on sides, and it's fucking making me
Yeah.
go insane. Like if
And
you're a professional and you cannot pull forward at the same time, I could do that in high school freshman year, dude. Like we did
Yeah.
that. How can you not figure it out?
I
Granted, there
think
was no
that's,
language barrier, but come on, man.
but I mean, you're playing together every single day. Yeah, you should probably be able to do that by
Every
now.
day, dude. We played three
I
times
think
a
it's a
week.
product of the fact that we have fucking 5 people on defense. Why is half our team on a line in the very back?
I mean, I've
That
played
is
that
not gonna
formation
work.
before. It has worked for me, but it was more of like a three and then two kind of like side wingers. It wasn't like a flat
Yeah.
five. Flat five is crazy. That doesn't make sense.
It it feels like the perfect like system for an LAFC where they have like Bawanga to just, oh, all I have to do is beat one person.
Right.
Because if you can just like get them to get all confused and focused on making sure that they're not offsides because there's 4 of them or 5 of them, then he can just poke right by, get the ball, and then it's like, what are you gonna do?
But we don't have that guy.
Oh, which I this is something that's been going around on like the subreddits and whatnot. Oh my god, it's so dark in my room. And they've been like talking
Ah.
about they've been talking about how it's like ownership needs to fork up some money. And like I agreed for a or I disagreed for a long time because it's like they put up so much money to make the stadium. And then they did buy some of the German players, which weren't like the cheapest players ever, but we're still, I think, like in the middle of payroll in MLS with a very above average MLS like fan culture.
Oh
I
yeah.
support.
Our fan
And
culture
it
is spending some money, brother.
yes. And
We've
it's
been
like
selling
why
out
I
every
commend
game, and we haven't won in 2 months. Like, what is
which
happening?
is crazy.
Spend some fucking money. We are.
They they do need to. I think they need to go out and well, first off, they probably need to get some new coaching personnel, in my opinion, at this point,
Yeah,
because I don't think it's working. I like Lutz,
I do too.
but like, goddamn, you fucked this coach pick up like
Yeah.
bad.
I don't know. Like, it seems like a good pick, though.
It does, but I think maybe, and I once again, this is such a like sofa warrior, sofa samurai, like I don't know shit, but it's
Yeah.
like you kind of maybe overcomplicated shit.
No, I think they
Jim
did.
Curtin Jim Curtin is a known MLS coach who did incredible at Philadelphia, got sacked totally like not fair at all. You could have pursued him. I don't know if they did or not. I don't know the stuff that went behind there, but it's like I think they should have gotten somebody who understands MLS because it's a very unique league with unique ways of like winning and all that because of the salary rules and all.
Well, it's just a
And
different
instead,
league. That's all. You know.
yeah, and instead we went for let's crunch the numbers and find the best, most prestigious, like perfect fit.
Yeah.
And it's a Swedish dude who like has clearly barely ever heard of St. Louis, doesn't know anything about us, doesn't know anything about the MLS, and it's like, what are
No.
we doing?
Yeah. There's no reason to think so highly of ourselves already. We had a great
Yeah,
first season, sure, whatever, whatever. I feel like we need to. It doesn't feel grounded, you know. Like on paper, it kind of makes sense as a pick because like he seems like a great player. He had success in coaching before, but like clearly it's not working. So like we got to make something happen here. Like you know,
yeah. I mean, I would say we're some of the like bigger fans of City, and I mean, we even have this stupid podcast where we talk about it for an hour every week.
yeah,
And even
every two
I'm just getting
months.
to a point where it's like I don't. Yeah, exactly. Even I don't really want to necessarily watch every game. It's like I look, have better shit to do than watch my team lose 3-0 every
I
week.
mean, I don't. I watched every game.
I've watched every single one back except
It
for
still hurts.
San Diego.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't need to.
I wasn't planning on it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
When the only goal you get is in the 91st minute when you're already down two. I got a feeling that's not a very
Oh,
fun game to watch.
um, I don't know how much longer you want to go, but there was one
You got plenty
thing
of
that I
time.
specifically wanted to talk about that we never got to talk about. It
Okay.
was it was back when you and Cole were in town. Meredith was there with us. We watched that game. That offsides call. Do you remember that?
Yes. What
That
game
like
was that? I'm
cost
not.
us the game. Not the game, but like we lost because of it. You know,
I mean, yeah, it did pretty much. What
we
game was that?
did
Was
lose
that
because of it. I have no fucking
was that
idea.
Columbus?
I don't think so.
Was that in April?
I think it was in April. Yeah,
If it was the 19th, it was Vancouver. Because we played at home that game, right? We did, because everybody was booing that goal, I think.
yeah, yeah.
Or the decision.
Right.
I think it was Vancouver where we went 0-0.
Then yeah, I guess it cost us the game. Dude, it was like to go over it, right?
Hmm.
Essentially, our player makes a pass towards net and it ricochets off a defender. Now, a City player receives this ball, but he was offsides when the pass was made. The pass was not intended for him,
Yeah.
but it ricocheted off of the defender. And after it had hit the defender, he was back on sides. But because he was off sides when a pass that was not intended for him
Hmm.
was made, the whistle was blown and the goal was called back. That
Yeah.
is the
I think
stupidest fucking call I have ever seen in my life. Like, it makes no sense. There was no intentional advantage. There was no advantage. He was on
no.
sides when he received the ball.
I think it was Celio. His kick got booted a little bit and it went to Hartel, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that sounds right.
And Hartel scored, but I guess didn't because we weren't technically supposed to win that game according to the
Right, the referees look at the
script.
script and said, shit. Yeesh. Can't let him win here. I mean, like,
That,
that is such a stupid fucking rule. Like, if that's actually how offsides works, like, if anybody ever is offsides when any pass is made, it's just immediately disavow whatever play
yeah,
happened. Like, that. I just think that's wrong. I don't know.
it's frustrating. It's like so
And that was also like
juvenile.
after that had happened like 2 weeks in a row. Like we
I
had
was gonna
had
say,
goals taken away from us like 2 weeks before that. And it was
yeah,
just like, God damn it, not again. And in the worst fucking way you've ever seen. Like, oh man. It just, yeah, that was like peak um, disillusion for me. Like I was just so upset. Like I just didn't want to watch another game.
yeah.
And at
Because
that
there
point, it wasn't even City; it was the refereeing. But
there was that one, and then there was can't remember if it was before or after, but there was a cross that went to a player and the ref called it offsides, but it was like close, and I don't even say this as like a City fan, like it was objectively a very close call,
yes,
one that you should not raise your flag immediately for, let the play out, and then look at it in VAR or VAR later, and they didn't do that, which the ball watching guys they have like this like ref that they talk to every once in a while when there's a controversial call, and even he was like, yeah, he probably should have just let it play out, and then if it was like without a reasonable doubt, be able to be overturned with VAR,
yes, of
and you
course.
do that. But what's insane to me, and this is something that I've just become disillusioned with MLS, is all of this could be prevented if we had sideline cameras.
Yeah,
But we
just
don't have
any kind of
sideline
technology.
cameras in a major league in our sport, which is insane.
Dude, Meredith and I always laugh when was it the T-Mobile Netcam comes on, and it's just
Yeah.
a fucking camera in the top like one corner of the goal, and it's the worst fucking view you've ever seen.
Fisheye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fisheye lens of like the you can't see any, like it's terrible. It's so bad. Also,
And it just makes
quick
it
to
hard to
update.
like.
We are down
Yeah.
1-0 10 minutes in, and we have 71% possession.
That's hype.
So, sounds like it's working.
Well, I mean, thankfully we're usually pretty good second half, so even if this half doesn't go our way, we've got that to get. Dude, I genuinely, I mean, when do you? Let's talk about when you think it's like it's over for Olaf, because like there's no getting around it. The seat is hot. When do we think he's cut?
I genuinely, if it's not by like the end of next month, I think it'll be sooner than that.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. I mean,
It,
this might
if
sound crazy,
if
but
he
like,
doesn't win every game until like the end of next month, like literally like dominate and win every game, I think they get rid of. Like, there's no reason to keep this guy. Nothing is working.
yeah, something has to change, and usually you start with the coach.
Yeah, and I mean, I like
I mean,
I
fucking
said,
Hackworth was doing better than him.
yeah. I feel like we have talent. I feel like we have depth. They're just not being used.
But Hackworth came from Louisville, which is like a D2 team
Shit
now, I
town.
think. So we can't have a D2 coach coaching MLS because that'd
Why
be
not?
embarrassing. We need to go to Europe to get some talent,
Oh, okay.
some real talent.
We gotta get somebody who doesn't speak fucking English. Like I just like I don't. You're right though. Like it's that prestigious. Like oh, we're St. Louis City. Like we're the soccer capital of America. We need like Premier League talent in coaching. And it's like we
Yeah.
don't need to be like sipping the finest wines and eating the freshest baguettes. Fucking, we just need something that works, man. We're from the Midwest. This shit just needs to work. Doesn't need to look pretty. Just win
It,
games. Come on.
that's that's very, and I think we've totally. I know I keep saying it, but like I love Lutz. I think we've just sort of lost that vision that I saw at least a little bit earlier, where it's like, hey, we have some American players. We have Parker, we have
Hmm.
Vasilev, we have these guys who they play kind of ugly. I'm gonna be honest; they don't look pretty when they're
Oh
playing.
yeah.
Parker did not have a good touch,
Fuck no.
but he was a beast. He used his body and he like put everything into every game, which was awesome. And he like cared about the city. He wanted to stay in St. Louis. He cared about the culture and all that. And now it's like, no, let's get as many Bundesliga 2 players as we can because we're better than the average MLS team.
Yeah.
And then let's also just lose every single game for 2 months straight.
Let's get all these fancy pantsy grass fairies that try to do flicks behind the back and fucking no look passes and shit that never fucking works unless you're Messi, you dumbass. When has that ever worked for you? It doesn't.
That
Ugh.
is not your move. Bro, Morales is like, he is such would you say a field fairy?
Grass fairy? Yeah.
He's always falling over, and I'm like, I hate it when, even if it like makes sense strategically to do it, if you're doing it and looking stupid, I'm like, oh my god, stop.
I
You're
know.
making me embarrassed to like be like supporting you right
I
now.
know.
It's
Well, and
horrible.
I'm thinking of Betcher, where he keeps doing those stupid fucking behind the back, like, heel kicks.
Yeah.
I've seen him do it like 3 times, and it has never worked, not even close. And I'm just like, dude, I want to punch you. Like, if I was your coach, I would cuss you out after I took you out immediately. Like, you're not playing the rest of the game after doing dumb shit like that. That's so stupid.
But when one goes in, dude, it's gonna be sick.
Oh yeah, eventually once you get the fucking TikTok clip, and then you can post that everywhere on your Instagram and Facebook. Like it's just god damn it, dude. Like I said, we're from the Midwest. We need play that works. Focus on the fundamentals and then like build a system with these players that they understand so they can build towards wins. But all we have is a flat back and 3 guys in the front, and we just launch it down the middle, and it never fucking goes in. Like, I don't understand. I
I
honestly think
completely
he's
agree,
gone
unfortunately.
in no more than 3 weeks.
Well, what I was gonna say like earlier is like, So the Open Cup, it's a little different this year, obviously, with only like a third of MLS teams being in it, as
Yeah.
opposed to like them all being in it in years prior. But it's like this has always been the case for the U.S. Open Cup. Is like it is actually loved by coaches because it's a great opportunity to turn a really shitty season into like, oh hey, it wasn't that bad, guys. Because most teams don't take it that serious. They don't play their real lineup, and so you can make a pretty good run pretty easily. And if you have a couple lucky games towards the end where it really matters, you get a trophy. And it doesn't matter how shitty of a season you had, you got silverware for your team that season, which is like, okay, you survive another year as the coach of this team. And so where I'm going with this is like we just tied to Kansas City again at home, lost to them earlier this year with them literally firing the coach that they've had since I was like born
Yeah, I think they
because they
shot
were
him with a
doing that
gun.
bad. Yeah, they put him down like old Yeller,
Yeah.
genuinely.
R.I.P.
Horrible that they did that.
I know. I can't believe it. After all his loyalty and years of service, but fuck.
But
That's
that's
why
been happening.
Kansas
We're
City's
on
evil. Anyway, keep going.
anyway. So those two games happen. We're on like a damn near 20 game losing streak, and the U.S. Open Cup is the only chance that we have at like maybe seeing some kind of success at all this season, and we're gonna lose to Minnesota
And we're down in
today
the
for sure.
first 10 minutes with 71% possession.
So after this loss, I'm not gonna act like we're gonna come back. After this loss today, I think he has like 2 games max because we play against Colorado and then we play at home against San Jose. And I'm sorry, if you don't win either of those games after all of that and you don't get fired, I don't low key want to like watch the rest of the season because this has been a dumpster fire.
It has. It has been miserable. San Jose, like, they've kind of proven to be better than us. So I'm like, okay, like, if we lose to them, whatever. But if you lose to Colorado,
They're both very right now in the tables. They're seventh and eighth, so they're both very weak playoff teams
like,
currently.
middling, yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
like if we had any decent play, like, we should beat these teams. Like, if we were a good team, we would beat them, but we're not going to. So, yeah, I think you're right. Once we lose to both of them, he's on the chopping block. I said 3 weeks. It sounds like you're saying two.
I mean, like with how quickly they were like, "Oh shit, we need to fire Carnell quick." I just don't see how they can justify on a business standpoint, on like a principle standpoint from what they did to Carnell. Like, I don't know how you justify keeping him for that much longer, respectfully.
The only thing I could think of is maybe they feel like they fucked up with Carnell. So they're like, we'll give him a chance. And
And
then
that's
it's
just gonna
just going to
like
fester
continue
and
on.
burn. Yeah.
It's so annoying. Like, I wanted to like hate Carnell because like all of the rumors about what was going on, and then he was like chippy afterwards and all that. But it's like he totally won. Like I respect, honestly.
Yeah,
He got the
no.
coaching position in Philadelphia, which is one of the like most known U.S. American player developmental soccer teams in the country. He is first in the entire division with one of the cheapest lineups, and he beat us already in the first time we've ever played Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's winning by every metric. I
Like,
also wanted to hate him, and I kind of do anyway, just like from a fun like rivalry standpoint.
yeah.
But like I don't really. But like still, it's just like, man, what if we had kept him?
I honestly wonder because like it. That's what's also weird is like I know we have injuries now, but it's like
It's not the
Olaf still has a
same.
no. Olaf has like a fine lineup to play with. Carnell was bringing up half of the City 2 team to play and doing about as good, if not better, than Olaf is doing. And we
Yes.
stacked him as if he was the problem after like praising him for that first season. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Like, thank
guys,
you for the best season ever in, the starting of an
in the
expansion
start of
team.
it, yes,
And by the way, I know you tied like 5 games in a row, and like your whole team's injured, but like
we got to do something.
we gotta win. So like, come on,
Soccer is
man.
business, Carnell.
Yeah,
But yeah,
idiot. Don't you know that? I don't know.
I guess just to like distract
Initially
us.
I had said like they fired him way too early, and then A lot of stuff would come out. And I was like, I don't know. Like, maybe he was the problem. I don't know. Maybe. But at this
Yeah,
point, I think it's clear. Like, he was not the problem.
I
Like,
agree.
he's clearly, like, a decent coach. Maybe it wasn't sustainable. I don't know. But to
I guess yeah. I
throw
mean, it
him
might
under the
take a couple of
bus.
years to know.
Yeah, like to throw him under the bus like that is crazy. Because, again, his whole lineup was sacked. Like, he just.
Yeah.
What did he have to work with? It's
And some
crazy.
of the like rumors I saw were like some players like Blom and Adeniran were like kind of like they didn't really like him, and it's like
Fuck a Denerin, dude.
respectfully, Adeniran went to like a Division 4, like some European Hungarian, I think, team. He is not a good player. He is very obviously like very self-centered as a player too, which we
Yes.
found out throughout the years. Uh, Blom did not like to play for us. He wanted out the second he didn't get to like have the easy first starting position, and so it's like I'm starting to feel like maybe that wasn't all Carnell, and maybe it was a little bit more of the first lineup that we had that we now don't even have anymore.
Yes. And it's just, yeah, what are you going to do? I don't know. What if? That's all you can say.
What if?
What if? I don't really have that much more to say except I'm disappointed and I'm still hopeful.
I I wish I could say I'm hopeful.
I know, I know. I always
I don't know
will
if I can
be.
say that.
I just want him to win, that's all.
I guess what I should say is I have a feeling the rest of the season is not going to get any better low key, but I am hopeful that they're going to recognize how horrible this is and make big changes for next season. I do feel like if this continues, that will happen, but like, because I don't see St. Louis City becoming like one of those just total shitter teams that pays
No.
super cheap lineups to like not win that much and just rake in like money.
No,
I really don't
our
see that.
fans care way too much about that to it could never be Colorado where it's the guy
No,
who's the motherfucker that owned the Rams.
Cronky,
Yeah, he also owns Colorado, and that is just a money laundering scheme for him. Like that franchise means nothing to those people, and
no,
like it means nothing to him. But I don't think St. Louis will ever turn to that because clearly we're still selling out 10 games in a losing streak.
yeah.
But
And I think that like the ownership does care, but it's
I think they
like
do too.
obviously something is just going wrong
And well, I mean,
along the line
obviously, I think
now.
they care. I think it's still like this is our third year. It's still so early in a franchise history. Like
Oh yeah,
we got time to smooth some bumps out. That's why I've always been so hopeful still. Like I know that it sucks right now to be watching these games, but I'm still going to watch. I'm still going to watch every one. I'm going to cheer them on. I'm going to scream at Klaus. I'm going to sing Celio's praises all day. But
I'm curious how long Klaus will be at City, honestly,
I think he might leave with Olaf.
because he's like one of those players that
Sorry,
like
I hope he leaves with Olaf.
Klaus and Olaf. He feels he has the vibe of one of those like first year players like Berkey or Leuven, where it's like the ownership seems like almost scared to get rid of them at
Yeah,
this
but they
point.
should not be.
No.
It would be better for us.
I think a lot of people will be like, "Why'd you trade him?" But like anybody who actually follows the team would be like,
Be like, well, he scored 1 goal in a year and a half.
as the DP.
Yeah, as the guy we're paying the most money, like what the fuck is happening? I don't know. I've said my piece before. He started to get on my good side because he was a bully, and then now he just has done nothing. So whatever. I won't beat a dead horse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this Open Cup game is going to be a loss, but here's to taking on Colorado away. Maybe getting our first points, our first 3 points in almost 3 months.
We'll see. I'm hoping. Always hopeful over here. That's me,
Mr. Hopeful.
Mr. Hopeful. That's what they called me in high school.
Really?
Yeah, because nothing worked out for me, but I was hopeful.
Kept pushing.
Still
Hopefully
graduated.
we'll be posting these videos every week again because
Yes.
it's summer now, but yeah, like I said, that was low key necess- necessarily a priority of mine.
It was a mix of we both got super busy, and it was also just like there's nothing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Like this just sucks.
Our hourly humiliation ritual of supporting the second worst
No kidding, man.
MLS team.
Ugh, I had to get drunk for this one. Like, come on.
Dude, it is a struggle being an MLS super fan is hard enough. Being an MLS super fan of like a shitty MLS team
I know,
is
dude.
crazy. That's horrible. Like that's dude terrible work.
See, the thing is, like, I hope to God in my lifetime that this league is able to get to like a Champions League level. And I think that's possible. I think the interest is growing. And I mean, I'm never going to stop watching because, like, I just want to support it. I want it to get better. I want
Yeah.
soccer to be important in America. Even if we have our own goofy play style that's way more rough and ugly, I don't care. If we are able to win and compete, that's all I want.
Yeah.
I don't
I
want
think we'll
other
always
countries to
be
make
like
fun of us.
well,
They're always
well,
going
I
to
don't
do
know
that.
how I was gonna say that might never change.
It'll always
You have to
do.
do something pretty big to change
We'll
that.
be the Burger League for the rest of our lives. But if we're able to win, you know Americans gloat better than anybody, dude. Come on. The second we win anything, we're the greatest at that thing in the world. Like, it doesn't matter what it is.
Christian Pulisic, who's like all like a good Serie A player, is Captain America of soccer.
Yeah, 100%.
Like the fact that we gloat our own players that much when like he's not bad,
He's
but
not bad. He's
he's not
no
like
Zlatan. He's no
he's not
Beckham. He's
yeah
no.
he's
Uh,
not the LeBron James of soccer.
I was naming soccer players, but that's fine.
Did you know Zlatan played for the Galaxy?
Yeah, actually. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, he actually his inaugural game, I think he went in super late against LAFC in the El Trafico, and he either scored twice or three times to win the game.
God
It
damn,
was like a
dude.
really cool. So you should look up some of the goals too. It's like one of the goals was so far out, and I think the other it was either that game or another game, but it was like this crazy scissor kick. It's like a
Oh, I know what you're
MLS
talking about.
classic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, he's nuts, man. He really was.
Swedish Beast.
He thinks he's God.
He is like insanely full of himself.
Yeah, he does. Genuinely, he thinks he's God. Like,
Yes.
but it's fine.
Which I
He
guess like
wins
when you're that
games.
good you can be, but it's also like good lord, brother.
But it's also like you're not like Messi. Like,
No.
like you could be like full of yourself. Like you're good, but then you play against somebody like that, and it's like, okay, man, come on.
You did play in the MLS.
Let's be realistic here. You're not him. You're him, but you're not him. You know, there's a difference.
There's a difference. Okay, well, here's to Colorado next
Cheers.
week.
I should have just cheered. There we go.
Yeah, there it is. I'll cheers with my sparkling water
There we go.
Schnucks Tangerine brand.
All right. Here's to good fortune in the future, and I don't know.
A
Yeah,
firing coming soon.
my final thoughts. Overall disappointed, but like I said, still hopeful. I want to see more Celio. That's my biggest thing. I just want to see him more.
I think we hopefully will.
What
Because
else
he's
you got?
obviously proven
Closing
himself.
statements.
What do I got? Fuck, man.
I need something more than that. Come on.
I don't even know. Maybe maybe we start buying some American players or something.
I
American
like that.
players, American coaches. I think that works pretty well.
I like that.
I mean, think of the American guys on our team right now. We got Durkin. He's American.
Well,
He's
that's
played in MLS his whole career, and he's been incredible.
I agree. Part of the problem, I think, like in line with what you're saying, is Olaf is so expensive because of the tariffs, you know, and it's just like God
You're
damn,
the
we
best
can't
one.
afford this guy. He's not
No.
performing, and we're paying way more than we need to. Sorry, that was a dumb joke. All right, I got nothing left to say. That was
Yeah, I'm done.
that was a good one. We'll wrap it up there, and we'll reconvene after our next loss.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Way
Thanks
to
for
put it.
watching.